planning a run for president, or at least considering that option should he be successful winning a second term?
The truth is I've never spoken with him about it.
Really?
Really. Really have not. And, you know, it has been gratifying to see the national media without a candidate out there. You know, there are other candidates out there who are obviously making overtures and starting to do the kinds of things that need to be done to put together a presidential campaign on the Republican side. There's no question about that. John Kasich wasn't one of them. He hasn't been one of them. And yet, we have national publications that are already speculating on him. We saw one come out, I think it was yesterday morning, talking about the guy no one's talking about who might make the most sense, and talked about the truth, not the Democratic Party rhetoric about what, you know, how Ted Strickland was the one who really fixed the economy. If we want to relitigate that, I'd be more than happy to, and that might be part of their strategy, which would explain why Ted Strickland had a fundraising email out for Ed Fitzgerald, I think earlier today or maybe yesterday. You know, let's get Ted involved in this conversation, and let's relitigate with voters whether or not it was Ted Strickland or John Kasich who turned around the economy. Again, going back to those polls I talked about earlier, when voters are asked who they give credit for, they give 93% of them give credit for turning the economy around to John Kasich. And so it certainly is a reflection of what the real world looks at in terms of how John Kasich has done and how strong he is in terms of his potential plans for running for president. You know, he's got teenage daughters. You know, I think we've all seen what these candidates go through in terms of having to make a life commitment that's really extraordinary. I know that no one in our building is looking anywhere beyond 2014, because given all the obvious advantages that we have in terms of messaging, and certainly we'll have in terms of money, and the great record that all of our candidates, including John Kasich and Mary Taylor, are going to have to run for re-election on, you know, we can't take anything for granted. You've never heard anyone on our side ever say anything otherwise. And so we're going to get through November 1st, and then we're going to see where life leads after that. But that's not something that we've been discussing at all at any level.